Hello everyone, you're welcome to my channel. You're welcome to Decenstitch. If you're a new subscriber or returning subscriber, you're welcome. For this tutorial, I'm going to be using my basic sleeve, which I already made a video about. So this is a long sleeve, and then my bodies. I already have a video on how to make bodies, my front and my back bodies. So these bodies has the side darts. I'm going to start with the front. The first thing I'm going to do is to close these darts. I'll be moving the darts to the shoulder because the style has a princess line dart. So I'll move it to the shoulder so I can have my princess line. The full length of my shoulder here is about 4 inches. But I'm going to be using 3 inches for the top. So I'll divide the 3 inches into 2. That's 1.5. So I'll mark 1.5 here and draw a line to meet my darts. Also, I'll extend my line to the bust point. Anytime you want to transfer, your dart has to be at the bust point. So now I'll close the dart and transfer it to the shoulder line. So this side dart, the side dart needs to start from the bust point also. So I'm going to extend the darts. I won't be able to transfer it at this place. I'm going to put a paper underneath this. Then I'm going to fold this. Then I'll draw a line here. Balance the shoulder back. I'm going to cut it out. So with that paper now, I know that when I join my darts, when I sew my darts, they will join back. I'll trim the excess on the neckline. And also the excess at the armhole. So now I'm going to go ahead to cut the front sloper and the back sloper. I'm calling it a sloper because there is no seam allowances in this paper, so it's a sloper pattern. I'll have to add my seam allowances on the fabric when I'm cutting. So I'll cut these two on the fabric now. Before I cut, I just remember that we're working with princess line, so I need to break the two into princess line darts. So on the shoulder is 4 inches, but I'm going to be using 3 inches for the top because I don't want it as wide as the shoulder. So that 3 inches divided into 2, that'll be 1.5. So from the neckline, I'll measure 1.5 and connect it that. Then I'll separate my paper. I'll make sure to label this side as my back. This already has center back, so I'm going to write back there. My center back is going to be on fold. I'll make sure to leave about 1 inch at the center here because I'll be adding seam allowances on both. So for the neckline, I'll add the 0.5 round this center back piece. For the hem of these bodies, I'm supposed to use about 1.5 inches as my hem allowance, but because I'm going to attach something here, I'm still going to join something here for my own style, so that is why I'm using a 0.5. If you're doing exactly the picture in the thumbnail, you're going to add 1.5 here, so you can use that to fold your hem and finish the bodies. But in my own case, I'll be joining a flare here, so that is why I'm using ½ inch as my hem allowance. So I'm having ½ inch here, ½ inch here, ½ inch on the shoulder, and ½ inch on the armhole. For my side seam, I'll be using 1.5 inch. I'm going to separate back piece I'm going to separate the back piece to make it a princess line. At the center front, I'm going to be using 1 inch allowance, ½ inch to tidy the center front, and the remaining ½ inch for the blouse to overlap. The neckline ½ inch, shoulder ½ inch, the seam line, the princess line ½ inch, and the hem ½ inch. Remember, the hem is supposed to be about 1 or 1.5 inches to tidy it, but like I said before, I'll be joining a flare here. That is why I'm going with ½ inch. So for the other side, I'm adding 0.5 here, 0.5 inch here, 0.5 inch, and 0.5 inch at the end. The side seam will be 1.5. Gently curve this point, this bust point area. Don't make it a V. You curve it a bit so it will be easy to sew back. Now you are good to cut it out. I'm going to turn this front to a basque waist. I don't want it straight. At the center front here, I'm going to measure 3 inches. From the paper, measure 3 inches. That is how long I want the basque waist to be. Then from this paper also, I'm going to be drawing a V to the front here. So my V stops where this paper is. My V stops where this paper is. Then I have my 1 inch I have here. I have it here also. Now I'm going to add my seam allowance 0.5. I've been attaching a flare here, so that is why I'm using a 0.5 as my seam allowance. So I have the slanted line and I still maintained my 1 inch straight. The V is not starting from here, it's starting from here. So I have a straight, even for the seam allowance. Then here, I already have seam allowance here before, so I'll just connect it to this line. I don't need to add another seam allowance here. I already have seam allowance here before when I drew this line. So I'll be working with this. Now I'm going to cut it out. Before I cut it out, I'm going to extend this line down and extend this line down because they are separate. Now I'm going to cut it out. Remember I said I want my shoulder to be 3 inches. I don't want to use I don't want to use the full shoulder, which is 4 inches. So I want this to be a little bit smaller than the normal shoulder because it's going to be sleeveless underneath the sleeve. So I'm going to remove 1 inch on the front and the back shoulder. I'm going to balance it back to the midpoint of the shoulder. If you measure here around the midpoint, towards the midpoint, I'll balance it back into this curve area. I measure 1 inch here too for the back piece. And gently blend it back. Finally, I'm going to be cutting facing for my front and my back piece. So I'll take the center part of the front and I'll also take that of the back, the part that is on fold for the back. So for the front, I'm going to be cutting this part where there will be button and buttonhole. Then I'll cut part of the neckline. I'll cut the full neckline and part of the shoulder. And I'll cut part of the hem too, following the shape of the hem. Then I'm going to lift it and measure the shoulder. I measure 2 inches. Connect that. Gently curve it into this place. My fabric is remaining just this little piece, so that is why I'm just managing it that way. I've run out of fabric. So I'm going to be working with just this little piece as my facing, so I'll remove this, then I'll cut it here. Down here you can use like 3 inches for this place. So this is my facing for the front. So it's carrying the same shape as the front piece. So for the back, I'm going to place the back piece on this fabric. It has to be on fold here. The facing has to be on fold here. So I'm going to get my neckline and my shoulder, then I'll raise it. So for the shoulder, I'll be using 2 inches also, same as the front. Then for the center back, I'll be using 3.5. I'll connect it this way. So this is my facing for the back.
Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please kindly like, share, comment, subscribe if you're new here, and click the notification bell. Thank you.